Test, test.
I think her husband had to have a hip replacement. Now he's got to get the other one. Okay, I'd like to call to order the Wednesday, July 9th Board of Trustees regular meeting of the Yosemite Community College District to order. Zoom meeting access will be provided to the public only if remote attendance by a trustee under AB 2449 is approved by the board in item 2.3 of this agenda. Could we have roll call, please?
Trustee Aguilar.
Here.
Trustee Beggs.
Here.
Trustee Davis.
Present.
Trustee Garrett.
Here.
Trustee Vice President Nicolau.
Yes, here.
And Board President Richards.
Here.
Quorum is established.
Do we have trustee Hinton?
She is. So I
Perfect.
do see her on now.
Okay, now we're going to deal with virtual participation. The recommended action is that the board approves the governing body board members' request for participation on the board meeting virtually or remotely, citing the quote "just clause" or quote "emergency circumstances" provision of AB 2449, specifying circumstances relating to the qualified reason, or approves the governing board member remote attendance as a reasonable accommodation under ADA using 2449. Trustee Hinton made the request to attend the board meeting remotely as reasonable accommodation under AB 2449. She is currently in the hospital and wishes to participate online. Trustee Hinton, I have a few questions for you.
If you could,
Oh, I have to do the board first? Okay, could I have a motion to approve her participation virtually?
So moved.
Trustee Nicolau, we have a second?
Second.
Second, trustee Beggs. Please call the roll. Oh, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, trustee Hinton. First question, are there any other individual adults in the room? If so, what's the general nature of your relationship with them?
she just came in, so let's get her
Okay,
audio.
and I'm not even to anything I've already screwed up, so this is not so great.
Trustee Hinton, if you can turn on your video and your audio, please.
Here she is.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, I have to ask you a few questions. Are there any other adults in the room with you? If so, who is in the general what is your general nature of the relationship with them?
One of the nurses is here right now, and then the patient who's 90, 89, and is asleep right now.
Very good. Okay, we're approved to participate. You're looking better. Glad you're joining us. Now we're up to 2.4, statements of conflict. Any statements of conflict by anybody? Looking left, looking right? Don't see any. Now we have public comment. Is anyone wishing to comment now? Please. Brother Transformer. No, that's supposed to say it.
All right, all right. Good afternoon, Chancellor Tran, President Richards, and the Board of Trustees. I'm here with one simple request, that in your closed session today, you authorize the district's negotiations team to do whatever possible at next Wednesday's mediation session between YCCD and YFA to close the gap that divides both sides and settle our current negotiations. YFA, as we've always been, is empowered and prepared to put this round of negotiations to bed without further delay. So I'm hoping the district team will be equally empowered and equally prepared. Without a doubt, we want to avoid arbitration or impasse, and we want to help the district to implement RSI. But in order to do any of those things, we need to see significant movement in our direction. After all, RSI is not the simple, easy fix that the district team has suggested. It's a significant change in terms of training. It's a significant change in terms of modifying an entire semester's worth of content and how faculty provide feedback. And it's a change in terms of evaluating faculty when they were not otherwise contractually obligated to be evaluated. In other words, this is a big, big ask that warrants commensurate compensation from the district. So I'll repeat my request that in your closed session today, you authorize the district's negotiations team to do whatever possible at next Wednesday's mediation session between YCCD and YFA to close the gap that divides both sides and settle our current negotiations. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment?
Next speaker form, Danelle Oliver.
Welcome.
Thank you. First and foremost, thank you for your time and your continued dedication to students, employees, and the communities that our district serves. I know you face complex decisions and competing priorities, and I appreciate the work you do on our behalf. I'm here today as a proud classified professional who has served this district for 21 years, who believes deeply in the mission of our district and the important work we do together. Like all of my colleagues, I'm proud to be a part of the team that supports our students every step of the way, from the moment they apply to the moment they cross the stage at graduation, from enrollment to financial aid, maintenance to IT, student services to campus safety. Classified professionals are the backbone that keeps our colleges running smoothly. Our roles may look different from our faculty colleagues, but our impact is every bit as important. And that is why I feel compelled to speak to you about fairness and equity. Right now, many classified professionals feel there is an imbalance in how we are recognized and supported compared to our faculty partners. We all work hard to help our students succeed. It takes each of us working together to make that possible. When we talk about equity, we need to ensure that every employee group feels equally respected and valued for the contributions they make to our district's success. It's about treating every role with the same level of dignity and trust, and about honoring the agreements and commitments we have made together. I believe this is what makes our district strong. When we stand united in our mission, when we look out for each other, and when we show that in our actions, that fairness is not just an idea, but a practice. I respectfully ask you to keep this in mind as you make decisions that affect all of us. We stand shoulder to shoulder with our faculty colleagues to serve students, and we ask to be treated with the same fairness and equity in return. Thank you again for your time, for listening, and for your continued leadership in making our district a place where everyone can thrive and feel equally valued.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Tracy Gilman?
Just letting you know.
Welcome. Don't be intimidated. Just be yourself.
Phew. Okay. Thank you, members of the board, for allowing me to speak to you today. My name is Tracy Gilman, and I have been a classified employee for almost 11 years now. My current position is in the financial aid department as an accounting analyst on West Campus. I come to you today not just to tell you how much I love my job, though I do, and not simply to ask you to consider how cost of living adjustments impact us, though they do. I am here because I want you to see us today. Every day, my colleagues and I come to work with one mission: to help our students reach their educational goals. We work tirelessly behind the scenes to get everyone taken care of, and when I say everyone, I mean the thousands of students who rely on us for their support. They need to stay in school, to graduate, and to change their lives. In the financial aid department alone, we are a dedicated team of 16 professionals. Last year, we assisted 7,392 students in person at our front counter, helping them complete their FAFSA, their CADA applications, collecting documents, explaining the process, answering questions, and calming their fears. We processed 24,091 FAFSA applications, 431 regular CADA applications, and 61 mixed family CADA applications. We reviewed and processed 2,000 financial aid appeals, each one a student needing another chance to keep moving forward. We've completed 4,380 ID verifications to help protect against fraud. We also participated in 50 outreach events, meeting students and their families to help them see college was possible. We award and pay over 20 different grants all year long. Here are some of the outcomes of that hard work. Federal Pell Grant, we paid out $37,307,094.92 to 7,812 students. State funding, which includes our completion grant for students that are full-time, we processed $12,355,575 to 3,376 students. These numbers represent real people, just like we are real people. We are a huge part of this college, and we are relevant. We deserve to be seen, to be respected, and valued with the same compassion we give to our students every single day. Thank you for your time and seeing us today.
See, that was easy. You did great. Next speaker?
Jacqueline Winnett. Winget. Winget. Thank you,
She
sorry.
is a J. Greeting board members and Chancellor Tran. I am speaking to you not only as a dedicated employee and the YCCD Classified Employee of the Year, but I am also a proud alumnus who has experienced firsthand the value and impact of this institution from both sides. My continued commitment to the college is rooted in deep respect for its mission and the community we serve. Over the last decade, I have worked diligently in my role, striving to support our students, faculty, and administration. Despite rising costs in housing, healthcare, transportation, and everyday necessities, the cost of living adjustments provided to staff have not kept pace with inflation. This widening gap places a growing strain on many of us who remain committed to this institution, but struggle to maintain financial stability. A fair and transparent COLA increase is not just a matter of financial equity, it is a statement about how the college values its employees. Without meaningful adjustments, the real wages of staff continue to erode year after year, undermining morale and ultimately our ability to retain experienced and passionate employees. As someone who has made Modesto Junior College my home of loyalty and my loyalty and belief in its mission, I urge you to consider the long-term impact of this situation. Investing in your workforce is investing in the strength and future of the college itself. I respectfully ask the board to reflect on the current economic reality and honor the contributions of the people who keep this institution running day after day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next speaker?
Michael Klein.
Welcome.
Hello to the board, to the other members of administration, to all my fellow classified members. Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me speak today. My name is Michael Klein. I'm a system programming and administrator in IT under Joe Macklin. My start at MJC was back in 1998, but it was really 15 years later where it began. I came back to kind of needed to reinvent myself, and this place gave me that. I went to the ACT program, I got an opportunity, and while I was really just here to get the paper, get the credentials, and go find a new career out in the world, I fell in love with this place. Like, I just wanted to be here. The way people gave me a second shot, I wanted to be part of that for other people. I wanted to be part of it for people starting out. Maybe they could make better choices than I made when I was 18. And I just, I found every excuse to stay. I turned down other opportunities. I started working here. I went from a student worker to being in the high ranks of IT. And I'm proud of that accomplishment, and I'm proud to work alongside the people I get to work with. And so I'm here today taking time to speak about equity and because it's important. Where I want to be is back in my cubicle. It sounds sad, but I want to be back there working. I want to be back supporting. There's a list of things that I need to do that I want to do to support the people that support the students, that support this place, just like you all support it and have chosen to take time and run for these positions to be part of this. And that's really what I see with my fellow classified. That's the attitude, that's the spirit we have that kind of gives us that common bond. We just really enjoy what we do and the service that we bring to this community. And so we're here today to talk about equity because the reality is things are hard right now. And we're talking about cost of living. We're not here talking about raises. This isn't coming from a place of greed or a cash grab. We shop at the same stores that the faculty do. We pay the same MID rates. We're dealing with the same burdens of the cost of living. And I know you all see it. You live in the community. You know it's there. That's what we're dealing with. And that's what we're asking for. We just want fair treatment. We don't want to have to worry about these things. We don't want to be here. We want to go back to doing the job that we love, serving the students in the school that we love. So that's what we're here to ask for. And it affects everybody, but in our ranks, like, we have some of those that need it the most. And that's really who I'm here advocating for. I need it. We all need it. And some need it even more. So thank you. Thank you for my time. Thank you for hearing me. And
Thank you very much. Next speaker.
Sabino Salas.
Welcome, Mr. President.
Good afternoon, Madam Chancellor Tran, President Richards, and ladies and gentlemen trustees in general constituency. Well, I have a part that I'm going to read, and the other one that I'm just going to. So, my name is Sabino Salas, and I work for the IT Media Department. I've been working here for 6 years as a full-time, and prior to that, I was a student worker. I work as student workers for the tech services. My mentor is right here on the back. His name is Sargon Jadigar, and he's the one who encouraged me to work, to work in this place because it's a good place to work. And also something about my personal life is the same time that I was a student here and I graduated back in the year I don't remember. Okay, it's been a while, but. My daughter, who is sitting over there, and my son and I, we graduate the same day, the same generation, with the same degree in computer science. I think that was back in 2018, but I don't want to lie with the year.
I bet they know the date.
Oh, they know everything. You teenagers. No, they're pretty smart. What can I say about my kids? Anyway, so what I want to speak this afternoon is not about being just the president of the CSEA chapter for 20. It's about my personal, not struggles, but my personal challenge every day as a citizen and as a worker at Central Service, at Yosemite Community College District. Again, I have a full-time job, which really, is being very hard to financially survive. And I know it's not your fault. I choose my career to make my living. And by default, I'm making the money that I'm making. And when I took the position, I accept with those numbers. So I'm not trying to say that I'm for me or nothing like that. In order to do, to actually make my living, I had to work 2 part-time jobs at this point. So I'm doing 2 part-times. I'm doing the union president position, and plus my full-time at Central Services with IT Media. And just like me, we have a lot of classified police members that they had to go through the same thing. They had to find part-time jobs in order to make their living, just to live day by day. Not even, they cannot say that they are having enough money to spend, have, vacation trips or nothing like that. It's just to live our daily lives. And during these negotiations, I know you are hearing about, what we are asking for. And the only thing that really we're asking is for fairness. And now I'm going to read what I have. Okay. I'm here to share with you the unseen yet indispensable contributions of our classified employees to highlight the critical role they play in supporting the success and well-being of our school community. Each classified employee is unique and vital part of our educational environment, playing a role that is indispensable for ensuring safety, and maintaining clean, welcoming facilities to preparing nutritious meals,
It's okay.
managing clerical responsibilities, supporting instructions, and fostering a positive atmosphere. Their diverse contributions enable both teaching and learning to thrive in our community. Their work, often behind the scenes, is the very fabric that holds our school community together. The impact of this classified professional is not only evident, but it's also tangible in every classroom, hallway, and the school office. Without their support, the daily operation of our school would not be possible. And just going to add something right there. I mean, we are the backbone as well as our leadership, our faculty. We'll have vital roles in the district, and everybody is important in order to be able to run the daily business. So I'm not saying that we only classify are the ones who rock it here, okay? Their professionalism, commitment, and care make them an essential part of the educational team. And their influence is felt in every corner of our institutions. I encourage the board to continue recognizing the value of classified employees, not just in words, but in policies such as fair compensation and benefits, priorities like professional development opportunities, and decisions that affirm their significance in our district mission. Your acknowledgement and support in these areas will not only validate their hard work, but also inspire them to continue their invaluable service. Thank you for your time and consideration. We appreciate the dedication and commitment that you bring to your roles. Your work for the education community at Central Services, Columbia College, and Modesto Junior College make things happen every day. Regardless, and we be sure that everything stays open regardless, open to support the visitors and the people that is around here, the students who comes on the weekends or whatever, regardless if it's on or off day. We have somebody from Classified in campus taking care of that, especially our security department who is there to be sure that everybody stays safe. And that's all for right now. I appreciate your time, everyone.
Thank you. I'm sure your children are proud of you. Next.
Tiffany Versola.
Hello.
There. Afternoon. My name is Tiffany Versola, so good afternoon, President Richards, Chancellor Tran, and members of the board. Some of you are familiar faces. But I have served in a classified role here at the district for nearly 20 years. I know it's hard to believe. I look like I'm 35.
Started when you're 16. I get it. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
I know. But I've had the opportunity to serve in classified roles at both the district and campus levels. That gives me a holistic view of some of my colleagues and the work that they do, broadly. But first, I want to thank you for your service and thoughtful leadership as you guide and provide for our district. And as trustees and executive cabinet members, I recognize the immense responsibility you carry in allocating and managing our resources wisely, not just financial, but also human, right? Most of that is represented in classified management and faculty positions. Our people, I'm speaking on behalf of classified professionals, are vital assets to this district. Our skills, dedication, institutional knowledge, and resources are resources that should be nurtured, valued, and stewarded just as carefully as any budget line. So as discussions around COLA, wages, and benefits continue, there has been a long sense of inequity at how these processes unfold. Classified professionals, too, continue to navigate rising costs of living while maintaining their loyalty to YCCD, the students and community that we serve. and requests that the same sense of fairness, transparency, and recognition of contribution as other constituent groups. And as you enter into closed session today and consider items related to negotiations, I just respectfully ask that you keep in mind the 6 success factors that we used to use in student support services. And those are nurtured, directed, focused, engaged, connected, and valued. So these principles don't just apply to our students, they apply to us as employees as well. And when classified professionals feel nurtured and appreciated, when they feel seen, heard, and supported, they will bring their best to the work that supports our student and community. And this begins with cultivating an environment where all employees feel a sense of belonging and purpose. So thank you for your time and thoughtful consideration.
Thank you very much. Next speaker. No more? Is there anyone that didn't fill out a card that'd like to speak? Okay, with that, I'll close the public comment. We do have a closed session. Madam Stenographer?
The board will adjourn to closed session to discuss items 3.1 to 3.6 as listed in the July 9th regular meeting closed session agenda. The time of adjournment is 3:28.
Thank you very much. See you at 5:30. I'm ready to call to order the Wednesday, July 9th, 2025 Board of Trustees regular meeting. It's the 724th regular meeting. Trustee Aguilar, could you lead us in the pledge, please? Okay, moving on to 4.3, could we establish quorum, please?
Student trustee-elect Matthew Gutierrez.
By the way, welcome.
Here.
Trustee Aguilar.
Here.
Trustee Beggs.
Here.
Trustee Davis.
Here.
Trustee Garrett.
Present.
For the record, Trustee Hinton is making her way into the Zoom meeting. Vice President Nicolau.
Here.
And Board President Richards,
Here.
or is established.
Okay, the next, we do have a report out of closed session for item 3.3. In closed session, the board took action to approve a resignation and release agreement. The vote was unanimous. Moving on to a fun thing, 4.5, swearing in a new student trustee.
All right, could I have Matthew please stand up, please, and repeat after me? If you can please raise your right hand and repeat after me. You turn when your mic on? Yeah, there we go.
By the way, it took me 10 meetings to figure that out, so. no.
Good, okay. I, Matthew Gutierrez, okay, go ahead.
I, Matthew Gutierrez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to
and alliance to
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will
that I will
well and faithfully
well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
I now officially declare you student trustee of the Yosemite Community College District 4. Congratulations.
We'll have you make comments when we go around the board. We'll have you do comments when we have board comments at the end. Okay, 4.6, any statements of conflict? Looking left, looking right, not seeing any. 4.7, are there any change of orders of business? Not seeing any. Okay, at this time, I'm going to open the public comment period. I'll remind everybody that you're limited to 4 minutes. Please keep it, use the word clean and nice, and don't yell at us or throw things at, well, I guess you can yell, just don't throw things at us. First speaker, please.
Laura Hurst, and just for the record, Trustee Hinton is now in the meeting room.
Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for the work you do on our behalf, and thank you for allowing me to speak to you today. I'm Laura Hurst. I'm a financial aid specialist here at MJC. I will be reading some prepared comments for the board on behalf of Rosalinda Vieira, Student Success Specialist, Modesto Junior College. Good evening, trustees. I apologize for not being here in person to speak with you today. I'm currently attending a professional conference out of town. However, I wanted to ensure my voice was still part of this important conversation. My name is Rosalinda Vieira. I'm a proud MJC graduate who now has a master's degree, a mother of MJC students, including one who graduated and 2 who transferred after taking classes here, and a student success specialist who has proudly served Modesto Junior College since 2013. I am also an elected city council member, so I understand the weight and importance of public comments. I've shared my concerns directly with my trustee, and I appreciate the opportunity to have them heard here. MJC is more than just a college. It's a cornerstone of this community. I see that every day, not just in my work, but in the community I live in. I'm regularly approached by students and families who ask for assistance, and I'm always proud to help them. I am deeply committed to the success of our students, and I work hard to reflect that commitment. This summer alone, I've been working 10-hour days, connecting with 100 to 200 students a day in counseling. I'm often among the first employees on campus before 7 a.m. and one of the last to leave after 5:30 p.m. I love my job. I am proud to watch our students walk across the stage at graduation, many of whom I've helped along their journey. That's why it is so disheartening to hear that bargaining with classified professionals may not be occurring in good faith. I see that faculty and management, including deans, have arrived at agreements despite our Me Too clause. And while they certainly deserve recognition, so do we. Classified professionals are a vital part of the student journey, from keeping our grounds welcoming to assisting students with applications, financial aid, registration, and every step toward graduation and transferring. We are the foundation of student support services, and we work hand in hand with our faculty and administration, but often as the student-facing. I respectfully ask that you encourage fair and good faith bargaining with CSEA. We are dedicated to equity and student success, and we hope the district will show the same commitment to those of us who serve on the front lines every day. Thank you for your time and for your service to the college. Respectfully, on behalf of Rosalinda Vieira, Student Success Specialist, Modesto Junior College employee since 2013. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Janie Warren.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm just going to first say it's been about 20 years since I've spoken in front of people, so bear with me. I will try to not be, too fast or any of those.
Just relax, you'll be fine.
Good evening to our distinguished board members, Interim Chancellor Tran, esteemed staff, and valued community members. My name is Janie Warren, and I've proudly dedicated the majority of the past 13 years to serving the Yosemite Community College District community through campus safety, supporting both Modesto Junior College and Columbia College. I do support both colleges and do run up to Columbia now and again and try to help out as much as possible. Our department plays a vital role in ensuring that the safety and well-being of students, faculty, and staff are taken care of. We are often the first to arrive and the last to leave. We are here for you and for everybody that comes to visit our colleges. During the pandemic, when campuses were closed, we remained on site. We were and still are in some capacities the ones collecting returned items, assisting instructors with drop-offs for students, retrieving lost property, and even helping students collect textbooks or other essential materials. Our presence is constant, 24/7, for the district and most importantly for our students. During off hours, students often turn to us for guidance and support. We're trained to recognize signs of distress, and we never hesitate to offer a helping hand or a listening ear. I've had students return to the office just to thank us for being there, for caring, and for helping them feel seen and supported. And they don't just praise campus safety. They recognize our colleagues across all the campus, counseling, IT, the transfer center, and countless others who go above and beyond every single day. Classified professionals are the backbone of student support and campus operations. We assist with everything from setting up classroom technology to guiding lost students, from coordinating emergency services to maintaining facilities, often on short notice and without hesitation. We are deeply involved in all initiatives, such as the Caring Campus Initiative, not because we are asked, but because we do truly care. When YCCD is recognized for growth in enrollment, student achievement, workforce development, or innovative new programs, it is because all of us, including classified staff, have worked hard to make it happen. Yet, despite our proven value, we too often feel overlooked and underappreciated. We are not seeking special treatment, only fairness, respect, and equity. It's disheartening to be treated as less than when we continuously demonstrate our commitment and our excellence. We've shown up, we've supported our students, we've contributed to every success this district celebrates. Now it's your turn to show up for us. We ask that you acknowledge the contributions of classified staff, not just with words, but with actions that reflect equity, dignity, and respect. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Liza Vasquez. Liza Vasquez.
Good evening, trustees, chancellor. My name is Liza Vasquez, and I've proudly served as a classified professional at MJC for the past 9 years. From the day I started, my colleagues spoke highly of this institution, how much they loved working here, and the pride they took in serving their students. That's something I've seen proven true every single day since. Classified professionals are the backbone of this college. We support students before they ever step into the classroom. We're there in the classroom, and we continue that support outside of it. We answer their questions, help them find their path, and guide them when they feel lost. I personally work with students in our fire science and EMS programs, and it brings me so much pride to help them decide whether to become EMTs or firefighters to serve our community in life-saving ways. We do this work because we care. We care about our students, our programs, and this college. And we often go above and beyond, not because it's required, but because it's who we are. That's just what classified professionals do. But there's a harsh reality that many of us are facing. We're struggling. Too many of us are working second jobs, using credit cards to get by, and simply just can't make ends meet. We shouldn't have to beg for a fair raise year after year. It's discouraging, especially after watching the board honor an 8.7 salary increase for faculty, but hesitate to do the same for us, even though it was negotiated. We're not asking for much or more than we deserve. We're asking for equity and for recognition of the hard work we contribute every single day. So I implore you to please reconsider. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker. No more. Is there anyone that didn't fill out a card that would like to come up and speak? Okay, I'll close the public hearing. Moving on, now we go to the consent items. Consent items are 5.1 through 5.8. My first question is, does anyone from the public want to pull any consent items? Seeing none. Any trustee want to pull any consent items?
I'd like to pull 5.6, please.
That's your personnel thing, correct?
No, that'll
No?
be separate.
Okay. So do we pull that? Is that a different one?
Pulled for separate vote and discussion, or just
Yes.
discussion? Okay, separate vote.
Okay, so with that, I need a motion to approve items 5.1 through 5.8 with removing 5.6, although we're supposed to do that first, aren't we? The one we remove, we vote first? Or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
So could I have a motion to approve 5.1 through 5.6? Or 5.8, not
So
with,
we can do, I'll make a motion that we approve the consent with the exception of 5.6.
correct. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Is that a roll call?
Yes.
Please call the roll.
The first and second, I'm sorry.
It was trustee Garrett and trustee Hinton.
Thank you. Trustee Aguilar? Trustee Beggs? Trustee Hinton?
Aye.
Aye.
Trustee Garrett?
Aye.
Trustee or Vice President Nicolau?
Yes.
And President Richards?
Okay, before I vote, I made a mistake. Student trustee advisory vote first.
I abstain.
Okay, aye.
Thank you. for
Sorry
that.
about that. Okay, now we'll, it
And
posts.
The vote is 7-0, motion carries.
Now we'll go to 5.6.
Well, if I may first,
Okay.
more importantly, I'd like to recognize Margie Humphreys, 6 years of service, professor of nursing, School of Health Professions, Modesto Junior College.
Meeting.
Okay, I just have to leave it here.
You can move it halfway over, but not all the way. Thank you, honey.
So I'd like to recognize Margie for her years of service, and particularly in the field that she chose to serve, professor of nursing. As we all saw in the pandemic, we relied heavily on our public health professionals, and we wouldn't have those in the community if it wasn't for people like Margie who have stepped up to the plate to teach others and carry on in that very important field of nursing. So I want to commend her for her service to MJC and to the community, and wish her well in retirement. So thank you.
Is that all of them?
That's all on that one.
Okay, now let's go to 5.6. Which administrator?
Well, I
will
just
handle
want to, I have no intention of holding up this item. I just want to make a comment that, you know, there's an item on here that was not, my understanding was not part of the original cyclical review, and that's for the Associate Vice Chancellor of Human Resource. This is no comment on the individual in that assignment, but I just think it's unfair, given the fact that we're in the middle of the negotiations with two bargaining units, to be including things like this and not have a fully transparent process. So I will still support the item, but I want to make those comments and feel that the process was not handled accordingly, in my opinion. I'm just one vote, but I don't want to hold it up for the remainder of the people that are on that list.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Trustee Eck, second.
I second the motion.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Garrett?
Wait. Student advisory vote.
I abstain.
Trustee Garrett?
Aye.
Trustee Hinton?
Aye.
Vice President Nicolau?
Yes.
President Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Aguilar?
Aye.
Trustee Beggs?
Aye.
Trustee Davis?
Aye.
The vote is 7-0, motion carries.
Okay. Well, now we'll move on to action items number 6. First is that the Board of Trustees approve an out-of-country travel for Modesto Junior College Shaylin Roy Williams and Coach Brian Beeman to attend and compete the Canadian Track and Field Championships from July 30th to 2025 to August 1st, 2025, as listed on the July agenda. As the former athletic director of Canadian University Simon Fraser, I'm very excited about this and we wish her the best. Could I get a motion to approve? Second?
Second.
Trustee Nicolau. Student trustee,
I abstain.
please call the roll.
Trustee Beggs?
Aye.
Trustee Davis?
Aye.
Trustee Garrett?
Aye.
Trustee Hinton?
Aye.
Vice President Nicolau?
Yes.
President Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Aguilar?
Aye.
The vote is unanimous, motion carries.
Okay, item 6 is the approval of the employment contract for the interim president at Columbia College. By law, there's some stuff I have to read, so please bear with me. The next item on the agenda is a discussion and possible approval of an employment agreement for interim president of Columbia College, Chad Redwing. The full proposed employment agreement is available to the public now, but before we can take action on the proposed contract, I have to provide the following verbal summary of compensation and benefit terms of the proposed contract. Number one, the employment agreement would be in effect from July 10th, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, with the potential for a one-year extension. The interim president's salary would be prorated at $246,292, paid in 12 monthly installments. The interim president shall have 17 paid holidays with the same vacation and sick leave provided to other management team employees. The interim president shall receive health, dental, and vision insurance as provided to other leadership team employees. The interim president shall receive income protection insurance. The interim president shall receive a $50,000 life insurance policy. The interim president may receive a laptop computer, personal digital assistant, wireless email device, and/or cellular phone paid for at district expense. Item 8, if the interim president is unilaterally terminated without cause during this agreement, he would receive $1 and have retreat rights back to his prior position. This concludes the summary of the employment agreement. We will now discuss and consider approval of the agreement. I'm going to open public comment. Does anyone from the public have anything to say about this item? Seeing none, bring it back to the trustees. Any comments from anybody? Okay, I'll seek a motion to approve.
I move that we approve the contract.
Is there a second?
Second.
Nance, we already got it. Okay, let's go ahead and call the roll.
Trustee Davis?
Wait,
Oh,
student trustee. I'm going to get it right once.
I abstain.
Trustee Davis?
Aye.
Trustee Garrett?
No.
Trustee Hinton?
I don't think she heard you.
Trustee Hinton?
Aye.
Vice President Nicolau?
Aye.
President Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Aguilar?
Aye.
And Trustee Beggs?
Aye.
The vote is 6 in favor, 1 opposed. Motion carries.
Okay, 6.3 is the Board of Trustees approve the employment contract for the Associate Vice Chancellor of Human Resources. And as was the other one, I have to read this. The next item on the agenda is discussion and possible approval of an employment agreement for Associate Vice Chancellor of Human Resources, Catherine Pritchard. The full proposed employment agreement is available to the public now before we can take action on the proposed contract. I am required to provide the following verbal summary of the compensation and benefit terms of the proposed agreement. The employment agreement would be in effect from July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2027. The Associate Vice Chancellor's salary will be $220,417 paid annually in 12 monthly installments. The Associate Chancellor will also receive a loyalty bonus of $5,000 at the completion of her 2-year term. The Associate Vice Chancellor shall receive health and dental and vision insurance as provided to other leadership team employees. The Associate Vice Chancellor shall receive income protection insurance. The Associate Vice Chancellor shall receive a $50,000 life insurance policy. The Associate Vice Chancellor shall receive a longevity pay as provided to other leadership team employees. The Associate Vice Chancellor shall receive sick, vacation, and holiday pay as provided to other leadership team employees. If the Associate Vice Chancellor of Human Resources is unilaterally terminated without cause during this agreement, she would receive the amount remaining on the agreement not to exceed 6 months of pay. This concludes the summary of the employment agreement. We will now discuss and consider approval of the agreement. Any public comment? Please come up.
Just curious, is there a written change in the job duties for this position? Because that's a big jump in salary, especially when I see all my classified peers behind me who are fighting for pay. It's a huge jump. So I just want to know what the difference is in the salary.
Sure. Any other public comment or questions? Yes, please come up.
To make a comment to clarify what you said, Trustee Garrett, that position was actually part of the regular review. It just then went to a executive position during that classification. So it was not done out of cycle.
Thank you.
There was some change to it.
That's what happens during the reclass.
Thank you. Would you answer the
No, we
question?
don't always respond to
No, we
the questions.
no,
but
please.
There was definitely an adjustment to the duties, which more align with what once was Vice Chancellor of Human Resources. And so there has been some change in the assigned duties.
Any comment from trustees?
Just one comment. This is a high-profile position in the district. When you have the title of vice, when chancellor is in the title, it's high profile. And I prefer that in those instances, there be a full process for the hiring.
Thank you. Okay, do I have a motion to approve? A second? Trustee Beggs? Okay, student trustee,
Nay.
please call the roll.
Trustee Hinton,
Yes.
Vice President Nicolau,
Yes.
President Richards,
Yes.
Trustee Aguilar, Trustee Beggs,
Yes.
Trustee Davis,
No.
Trustee Garrett.
No.
The vote is 5 in favor, 2 opposed, motion carries.
Thank you. We'll move on to 7.1, board committee reports. The first is board finance committee report. Trustee Garrett?
I have nothing to add this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the board policy committee. Trustee Beggs?
We're not meeting this summer.
You also have Modesto Junior College Foundation report.
Yes, they alternate every other month between the full board and the executive board. The executive board met this month, so I was not there. But she did tell me that they're moving forward with a Pepsi grant that will be 50 scholarships at $2,000 each. And those are for industrial technology, agriculture, and I have no idea how to pronounce this, mechatronics. That's it for now. Oh, and they're also working to streamline some platforms and programs in order to unify processes between the two colleges. So that's what they're working on.
Vice Chancellor Stewart, do we have a pouring contract with is that part of why they're doing this, or they're just doing this?
You mentioned 50 at 2,000 each.
Scholarships at $2,000.
That's a lot. Normally, it's not that much, but Pepsi does have an annual contribution to each college, which can benefit their foundations.
Thank you. Old athletic directors never die. We just have to go with those things. Okay, moving on. Trustee Davis, do you have a Columbia College Foundation report?
Regarding item 4 and 5, there's been no meeting since my last report for the Columbia College Foundation or the Association of Stanislaus County Board, so no reports.
Thank you. Trustee Garrett, do you have something to report about the Valley Insurance Program Joint Powers Agency Board report?
I do not. Thank
Thank you very much. Okay, now we'll move on to the reports and information. The first is the Academic Senate Activity Reports, and I'm pleased that Professor Andal has made the trip down. Welcome.
Good evening, trustees and Chancellor Tran. You might remember my May report was a little lengthy. I'm committed to a concise report tonight, no more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a few things here. Professor Rebecca Rogers, our Senate's president-elect, and I went to the State Academic Senate Leadership Conference last month. In part, that was the reason I didn't make a report here last week. It was a great conference. I think there's always a reputation, always brings good comments, and no exception here. We continue to work on our faculty retreat, which is scheduled for August 15th. Lots of nice, great activities. Some things we're trying for the first time, like any good educator does, right? You try new things and see if it works out. And last, we're pretty excited that for a relatively small faculty at Columbia College, and we're trying to figure out the numbers. I think we're in the low 40s right now for full-time faculty. My count is we've either hired or we're in the process of hiring 9.
Open that for me.
So general counselor, special programs counselor, college nurse, art, English, physics, interim math, 2 of those positions, history / poli-sci, and last, my temporary replacement for next year because of my reassignment as Senate President. So I don't think I missed any, but that's close to like a fourth of our faculty. I mean,
Very good.
somewhere around Mr. Math, I think that's about right. So we're pretty excited about that. It's always exciting to get a fresh influx of new faculty and bring new ideas and new personalities and all that.
Thank you. I compliment you on your length. You did very well. Thank you.
I learned. Okay.
Modesto Junior College Academics Professor Flores. Welcome back.
Thank you. Short and sweet tonight. I got some really great feedback from faculty, seeing that the board decided to put the pride flag on the main flagpole. Our students were particularly happy to see that happen, especially knowing that our scholarship ceremony for our LGBTQ scholars was happening around the same time. So to see that flag on the flagpole meant a lot to faculty and to students. So I'm glad that their stories were heard and the community was heard and you responded appropriately. Appreciate your comments, Trustee Garrett. That was really meaningful. I also I'm getting ready for new faculty to come on board. We don't have as many as Columbia College hired, but we do have strong new faculty coming in, so I'm excited to welcome them. We are going to bring back new faculty Fridays, so we are going to have the cohort of non-tenured faculty come together the first Friday of every month and do some professional development, build community, and just make sure that they feel that sense of belonging as faculty at MJC. I also want to reiterate that the Academic Senate of MJC extends an invitation to any trustee who would like to join Academic Senate meetings anytime. It's an open invitation. I appreciate within the last 2 years, Trustee Garrett has been the only trustee to show up to our Senate. And so I hope that you all decide to make an appearance, come and let's have a conversation about how we can work collaboratively to support our faculty and supporting our students. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Next, the Leadership Team Advisory Council, Samantha McCarthy. Now I know why you're trying to get my attention, but it worked out good. Thank you.
Good evening, board members, President Richards and Chancellor Tran. Since January, LTAC reps have been working diligently alongside HR to fully update our handbook. We've made great progress and are currently working on due process and adding steps for progressive discipline. Our goal is to complete the updates by the end of July and to present those changes to all leadership team members for input and approval at a mid-August meeting. As we saw, years 4 and 5 of the district-initiated classification review have been completed and were on the agenda. We appreciate the work that Trevor Stewart, Lucy Munoz, and the rest of the HR team put into this review. After a meet and confer, LTAC has signed an MOU for a 2.3% COLA and fully paid district benefits. We thank you. And leadership team members at Columbia College, Central Services, and MJC are working hard this summer to complete projects so that our campuses are ready for students and faculty to return in the fall. This concludes the LTAC report.
Thank you very much. Moving on to the Classified Senate Activity Reports, Columbia College Classified Senate President Glenn Mechovinsky. Did I kill it? Did I ruin the name? Not here? Okay. Oh, optimism, I skipped you. Yeah. Is it because I called you the transfer?
All right, it's all right. Optimism won here. Good evening, Chancellor Tran, President Richards, and the Board of Trustees. I'd first like to congratulate Catherine Pritchard. Where'd you go? You're over there now? All right, cool. And Chad Red Wing on their promotions. I've enjoyed a great working relationship with Catherine in my recent years of YFA leadership. And I've known Chad since we both got hired in the same class in 2005. It's been really fun to watch him take on all these important roles. And I think he's going to be great as a replacement for Dr. Tran up at Columbia College. I also want to acknowledge Matthew. As the new student trustee, the ASMJC and the ASCC in total are impressive forces, and Matthew will be an excellent representative for his group, I'm sure. As for YFA leadership, starting this fall, we have added Lori Marchi, a faculty member from the Ag Department, to our executive team. We, like you, want as many constituency groups to be represented on our team as possible. We know how valuable ag is to our community and our school, and so she's going to provide a lot of great insight for us and representation. Our next goal is to get someone from CTE, Tony, involved on our executive team, so stay tuned for that. Finally, I hope you had a successful and productive closed session. I hope you were able to give the district's negotiations team the authority to fairly compensate the CSEA for their integral work that keeps our institution running smoothly. And I hope you empowered the district team to conclude this round of negotiations with YFA next week. It was the district team, after all, that suggested mediation, so it stands to reason that they would be willing to move in our direction as much as we're willing to move in theirs. Next month, I would love to report on the successful launch of RSI training, implementation, and evaluation, but we need the board to agree to terms that are fair to all of us. Thanks.
Thank you. Next, Amanda Cannon, Modesto Junior College Classified Senate. Who was the first one at the meeting? I just wanted to report that.
You're welcome. Good evening, Board of Trustees, Chancellor Tran, and Matthew. Congratulations.
Good evening.
2 weeks ago, 20 classified Senate professionals from Modesto Junior College's Classified Senate traveled to Sacramento to attend the California Community College's Classified Senate Leadership Institute. I really worked on that because that was really hard to say. Thank you. This marked our largest delegation yet from MJC, contributing to a record-breaking 300 classified professionals from across the state at this meeting. One of the most powerful moments came during the closing session when delegates from every classified Senate in California unanimously passed a resolution calling for the inclusion of classified Senate representation in Title V. This historic vote represents a meaningful advancement in amplifying the classified voice within governance structures and advancing equity throughout the system. It was really cool. We were honored to spend 2 full hours with Chancellor Sonia Christian. She had an interesting perspective on classified employees, and she spent 2 hours with a question and answer session where she just let us have a microphone and she answered her questions, and it was really impactful and it was really empowering. Her thoughtful engagement affirmed the value of classified professionals and offered actionable insights to support student success and institutional improvement. For many of our attendees, this was their first opportunity to do professional development. Classified don't always get professional development opportunities. Their enthusiasm, fresh perspectives, and meaningful participation made a lasting impact, not only at the event, but as they returned energized and ready to lead. At MJC, our professional growth ripples outward. It benefits our students, our colleagues, and the broader community with every skill developed and every insight gained. Our continued growth makes the entire district stronger. Several attendees shared their experiences and key takeaways during our Classified Senate meeting on July 2nd, helping ensure that what we learned at CLI was actively shared back with our constituency and applied across our campus. Their reflections sparked thoughtful discussions and reinforced the importance of investing in leadership opportunities for classified professionals. Looking ahead, the Classified Senate Executive Board is exploring ways to integrate leadership development into professional learning, including mentorship opportunities and expanded internal leadership roles to support sustained growth. On behalf of the Classified Senate, we extend our sincere gratitude to the MJC leadership team for your steadfast support for classified professionals, not only in our daily work, but in our development as leaders, partners, and contributors to shared governance. Thank you for investing in our growth and for ensuring that our voices are heard. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Moving on to the Student Senate activity reports, Associate Students of Columbia College, Sampson Jenner. Not here, okay. And from MJC, Javier Hernandez Loza. No, you're coming. You're coming. That's all right. Your children are here. I can't forget you. That would be very disrespectful. As a matter of fact, you're up now. Not because you mentioned it, but because you're on the list. Please come up here. He would be the California School Employees Association, Sabino Salas.
Okay, let us begin.
One item that we had to report is the state conference for CCA, which is going to be on the week of on the week of the 20th, Sunday, and it will run through the Friday, whatever it is the Friday, I don't remember right now, 26th, something like that. We have our delegates already selected, which are going to go to the conference. Okay. And so anyway, good afternoon, Madam Chancellor Tran, President Richards, and ladies and gentlemen, trustees in general constituency, again. Why is it so important to recognize the classified professional members in our school district? Recognizing classified employees in Yosemite Community College District is not just a nice gesture. It is a vital part of building a thriving, respectful, and effective educational environment. And it is why they keep the schools running smoothly. Behind the scenes heroes, custodians, mechanics, landscapers, HVAC technicians, security officers, technology technicians, secretaries, food service workers, library and instructional aides, all perform critical tasks that ensure our school operate every single day. Unseen, not unimportant. Their contributions may not always be in the spotlight. But without them, the school could not function 100%. They support student success, direct impact on the students' success. Many classified staff work closely with the students, providing guidance, care, and support, especially those with special needs or in challenging circumstances. Creating safe environment and welcoming spaces. Their presence helps foster the kind of school climate where the students feel supported and ready to learn. Recognition builds morale and belonging. Feeling seen and valued, acknowledging their hard work boosts morale and reminds them their efforts do matter. Retention and motivation. When employees feel appreciated, they are more likely to stay and continue giving their best. They are part of the educational team, not just support. Every role matters, and recognizing classified employees emphasizes that education is a team effort. Equity and appreciation. Everyone deserves respect and recognition, regardless of their job title. It sets the tone for the whole community. Culture of respect. Valuing every member of the school helps create a culture of mutual respect and inclusion. Leadership by example. When leaders recognize classified staff, other students, teachers, and the broader community will follow suit. I appreciate the time and the opportunity to speak to all of you this afternoon. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you. Moving on. Back to the liaison board. Professor Choi. Or you can give from there, that's fine.
There's nothing to report, sir.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'll call on Interim Chancellor Tran for her report.
Hey, I would like to call on President Dr. Brian Sanders for a report.
Good evening, Dr. Tran and trustees. I'd like to focus my comments tonight on two areas of excellence with our students, agriculture and athletics. So first of all, you heard about our agriculture students who had won a championship in Ohio, I think it was, and they got invited to Scotland. Well, it turns out that when our students went to the Royal Highland Show in Edinburgh, Scotland, they had an amazing experience, and they managed to compete in pairs and won second place from the world competition in reserve international champions for the dairy judging team. So this was fantastic. The students' names were Dulce Campos and Teresa Young competed on one of the teams. The other team was Lauren Young and John Chapman. Dulce won second high overall individual. Lauren Young won third high overall individual. So look at that. MJC students leading the world. Well done. Also in international or interstate competition, I guess, we have our MJC athletics students. So I'm reading some highlights of the note from Dean Vortman. MJC Athletics has set a new benchmark for program success, finishing 7th overall in California and 2nd among all Northern California colleges in the Ron Case Cup standings, which is the overall rankings for the system. We totaled 148.5 points out of 200 possible. So that's pretty fantastic. Our team reflects consistent results. This is, let's see, 73 points for the men and, wait for it, 75.5 points from the women's teams, including the women's track and field team, which got all 20 points in the category before winning it statewide championship. Fantastic. So Dean Vortman says, to finish in the top 10 in the state 2 years in a row and 2nd in Northern California is a reflection of our student athletes' incredible drive, our coaches' commitment to excellence, and the college's support of our mission. We finished 7th place just behind Cerritos College from Southern California and ahead of several regional powerhouses, including our rivals, Sierra College, Fresno City College, and Santa Barbara City College down south, and Mount San Antonio College was in the lead. So the other thing that's really interesting to me is our students are thriving so much. We've got state champions, we've got top 10 finishes, but our students, we've got 700 students in our athletic programs. They're averaging above a 3.0 GPA. In fact, it's 3.01, which is kind of cool. They're also doing, as we know, students need to be full-time in order to complete their programs in 2 years, 14.5 units per semester on average of the students, and they've completed 39.2 units overall. So we're really thriving in all of these athletic fields, and we're excited now to be growing from 21 sports to 22. You'll hear a little bit more about that next year. So isn't that fantastic, right? So yay, athletics. So I'm asking myself why our students are thriving in these programs and how is this all happening? And some things are the drivers. Certainly the students themselves are driving for their own excellence as well. So absolutely kudos to our students. But they also have some amazing coaches that are going above and beyond every day to help these folks go. As we speak, Coach Brian Beeman, we thank you for your approval earlier to send our track star. She's a dual citizenship student in the United States and also Canada, and she's going to the Canadian Olympic trials with her coach. Brian Beeman is going and spending time there as part of his duties and supporting his athletes, and so that's fantastic. Professor Nicole Morris went to Scotland and supported the team. She's been on all of these trips. I signed so many, and you do too. You see the travel requests for her going everywhere. Now, these faculty members who are doing just a fantastic job, but they're also being supported by two excellent deans that we have in these programs. In agriculture, we have Dean Troy Gravatt, who's been selected in the last couple of years, and also in athletics, Dean David Vortman. These two folks take one for the team, going to meetings, going through all of our processes, making sure that all of these things are happening correctly so that our students can just do their athletics, our coaches can just coach their teams and not have to worry about all the other things. They and their support teams are doing a fantastic job, including all the classified professionals who are part of those schools as well. And then I also want to tout the work of the vice presidents, because in an environment like this where success is thriving, it's when our deans are working with the executive team and there's a position of stability and strength that's coming from that. Our vice presidents are doing a fantastic job of supporting the deans and nurturing them up, teaching them what they need to know and building on their strengths and such. And then lastly, it was the board 18 months ago. I'm kind of reflecting on the selection of another president for the district. 18 months ago, I got a chance to start in this role, and you asked me to build stability for MJC and to build the reputation of MJC in the community. These are the kind of investments that we're making in people, bringing good people along, nurturing them, providing a stable work environment, and it's very much paying off. And so thank you for your work in support of stability and the strength of Modesto Junior College.
Thank you, Brian. And in my new role, I would also like to acknowledge and thank you for your hard work, for your dedication, always like team play and say what's best for MJC, because I truly believe who's in charge matters. So thanks so much for your work, Brian. And at this time, we also would like to bring on our Vice Chancellor of IT. It's important for us to look at our IT, where we're going, what the future looks like, because there's a lot that's going on, and we want to highlight the great work of our IT team.
Right. Good evening. Thank you, Chancellor Tran and trustees. I really appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit about where we're at in our IT programming and where we're going in the future. I promised that I would keep 5 to 7 minutes, so I'm going to work really hard to do that. Although, if everybody wants to spend an hour here, we can do that. Oh, let's see. That's okay. They're not my staff, so we're okay. No, I truly. Let's see. Let me grab this here. Every clicker is a little different, so hopefully this will work on the first try. So for those who don't know me, I'm the Vice Chancellor for IT and Institutional Research. Tonight I'm going to be focusing on what we're currently doing, kind of what the progress that we made this last year, and our strategies for going forward. And hopefully this will be very informative. I'll try not to use words that are too techy, but it may slip in. It's part of my job. So I wanted to share a little bit, and I think this picture gives a real good image of our team. This last year, we had an IT retreat in Oakdale, and we had a group photo afterwards. And so our different divisions, service desk, technology services, media services, enterprise applications, infrastructure and operations, and our information security office. So we have 48 full-time staff with 12 workers. And I thought you might find it very interesting that we have 25 former graduates who are part of our team, 20 former student workers, and the total years of service is 566 years with an average of 12 years of service. And so if I have any of our IT staff here, I'd like you to stand up, and if the overflow room has anybody, just come to the door. All right, so thank you. Before I go, I actually wanted to start with a story because I think stories are very powerful. You know, the IT team is often behind the scenes doing work. Sometimes it's noticeable. Sometimes you'll see an email that goes out about some work that's being done. And this is one that was pretty visible, but I think it really highlights the important work that the IT team does. So I'm going to provide a narrative and then share a little bit. On Thursday, July 18th, 2024 at 9:09 p.m., a routine software update from cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike caused a massive global IT outage, primarily affecting Windows systems. The faulty update led to widespread blue screen of death errors and system crashes. Many of you, I'm sure, saw this in the news, and I was 3 weeks into starting my job here when this happened. So early morning. Pardon?
So you caused it, is what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I don't think that's the conclusion, but okay. So early morning, Friday, July 19th, reports of widespread outages began to flood in from across the globe as systems that had downloaded the faulty update began to crash, resulting in the blue screen of death on many computers. Throughout the day, CrowdStrike and Microsoft worked together to provide remediation steps. Affected machines often required manual intervention, and that's what made this particularly difficult to respond to. And it made recovery times a time-consuming process for many organizations, ours included. So about the middle of the afternoon on Friday, news outlets started reporting this. So it was very, very widely known. Approximately 8.5 million Windows computers were affected worldwide, and significant disruptions were seen across sectors, including aviation, education, you name it. So how did this affect YCCD? At around 6 a.m. on Friday, July 19th, our team was seeing early reports of this issue and confirmed that we were affected by the outage. 14 of our staff began working to identify the solution to the issue and went room to room from every single district office, every single room in every single building at each college to fix the issue. By the end of the day on Saturday, July 20th, we had addressed 99.9% of all affected computers. This meant that there were no delays to the start of summer school, which began on Monday. This is the power of our team. They responded quickly and decisively in a crisis. So that is who our team is. And some of the people here tonight were the ones that were going around and doing that hard work. So I want to say thank you to the team. There's been other issues that have happened like that, but this one, I think it was valuable for the board to hear that and for the public to hear that. Okay. So some quick stats. This last year, we completed 9,699 service tickets. I really wish we had had one more, but that's where we sat. We support over 7,000 computers, 300 classrooms, approximately 55 major applications, but there's many, many more that we support. These are just ones that are used pretty widely. We have 108 data closets, 282 servers, 129 switches, 411 wireless access points, and usually during school, about 3,000 concurrent Wi-Fi users. So some of our high-level accomplishments this last year, and these are very significant. We launched and elevated the maturity of the Information Security Office. So this was a brand new division for IT and a major, major step forward. Typically, for a new information security division, it is the most difficult to start up. It takes about 5 years to get to full maturity. So we're 1 year in. I'm looking forward to the next 4 years. We also relaunched the District Technology Advisory Committee. There was definitely a request from the board and the chancellor at the time. That had not met since 2018. This last year, we met 4 times. And we have a subcommittee, an AI task force that has already been working on gathering information. Some of you probably saw the survey that went out. So we've got some good feedback from the district, from each of the colleges to help us move on to our next steps. We also instituted a technology assessment form, which allows us to do a pre-assessment before requisitions are put into the system, whether it be hardware or software, to make sure that it's been evaluated, assessed. We worked very closely with the purchasing department to make this happen. It's also a compliance requirement as well for us. We enhanced physical security and surveillance for the data centers. This was very important because some of the technologies that were used there were very outdated. We installed new cameras, alarm systems, and sensors to make sure that we could detect if systems were overheating and a lot of the issues that can possibly happen there. So that at both of our data centers has been completed. We also implemented comprehensive change control. This is a very important process that technology teams have to do. Each week the team meets, there's a change advisory board within IT, and we evaluate changes, and then the group has to approve it. Part of that is making sure a security assessment was done before we make any changes. Was there a communication plan that needed to happen? Did we send any information out to the appropriate stakeholders? So that creates trust within the organization, and it makes sure that we don't make mistakes. And then the final one is we developed a formal process improvement plan, our process improvement process. And for those who, I know it's a little bit of a funky way to say it, but we actually have a very formal process for process improvements. We evaluate them each year, and then we determine which processes we're going to work on and make better. So our individual division accomplishments, you'll see that I did add the service desk tickets closed out here and also the physical security upgrades. I won't touch on all of these, but I will note that we implemented the e-transcript for CVC. CVC is the California Virtual Campus. And so as of this year, I think the presidents can speak to this, but this was we are now officially considered a teaching college, right? That's the term. So that means that other students can take classes from us, and there's a universal format for sending that information then to participating organizations. 21 of the 23 CSUs are participating in that. CSU Stanislaus is one that doesn't, but I know it's a conversation that they've had. So it's an opportunity. We can receive credits, but we can also send credits that way as well. So even though it was a relatively small project, it was one that's very valuable for our students. And that's going to give us an opportunity to grow that much easier. I think from an infrastructure standpoint, we upgraded our core network and we also replaced all of our storage and compute. So that's a big deal. For the next 5 years at least, we have current modern hardware supporting our critical systems. So I'll leave it at that. So our goals, every year I always have lead operational excellence. So every division is responsible for at least 5 significant new projects or process improvements. We also obviously need to continue developing a cybersecurity awareness culture. This last year, we had a cybersecurity awareness campaign that was bigger and better than before. This next year is going to be even better. That happens in October. We also have an ongoing phishing campaign that we do so we can make sure people get better at being aware of phishing. And we also now have required trainings through our risk management office, which are required for our certifications as well. And then finally, of course, we want to make sure that we're upskilling our staff in our area. I know before I arrived here, there was not a lot of professional development that was happening, and that was really significant feedback that I received. So finally, our strategies. This coming year, we need to develop an AI strategy. I attended an EDUCAUSE AI Summit on deploying AI throughout your organization, and it was fantastic. So there's a lot of pieces to that, but 4 of them that I just wanted to share here. Of course, we're going to be developing some policy and some guardrails around the use of AI. Privacy and security, of course, is also very important. There's going to have to be professional development. And the good news is the Chancellor's Office, we believe in the middle of the month here, is going to be making an announcement about some tools that are going to be made available to the chancellors or to the community colleges in California. And I will also comment that there is now a contract where we will be able to implement a product called LightLeap.ai, which is going to help us combat fraud in applications. And it's $3,000 per campus, so we'll find the $6,000 for that. All right, and then our cloud strategy. I'm not going to touch on that a lot, but you can't talk about cloud strategy without talking about the importance of business continuity and disaster recovery. Those are going to be some focus this year. And then finally, we're going to continue working on our long-range infrastructure strategy. Okay. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you for your report. Just so thankful that you and your staff are here on board at work. I know this is 24/7, 365. You guys are at it. And after your report tonight, I even feel that we're a little more protected. I thought, thank you.
You're welcome.
That is, thank you. 8.3, travel report, that's information only. Now moving on to 9. Are there any requests for future board items? Looking left, right?
Yes. So I'd like us to be educated on what it means to confer the status of emeritus to someone who's retired, and maybe as we learn that would be something we'd consider for Professor Young. So
This will probably shock you, but I've already taken steps on that, and there's a draft policy that Trustee
doesn't shock me.
Trustee Beggs and Kim are running through the policy committee, so Giselle and people can have a look at it, and we should have something coming, but that's a very good suggestion. Thank you. Any others? Trustee Garrett?
No, I have nothing for
Okay.
Brenda's comments, but we'll get to that.
Now moving on, board comments. Let's start off with our new student trustee. Congratulations, we're glad you're here. I appreciate you abstaining, but I'm ready for you to vote next time on all these items that you want to. We want to hear your input. I know it was your first time. I appreciate your cautiousness, but we want to hear from you. Please.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I didn't give enough time to look over the budgets, so yeah. But next time I'll be more prepared. Sorry, guys.
Thank you.
Do you have your support staff here this evening?
You
want to recognize anybody that's here for you this evening?
Oh, my significant other, Celeste Randolph, right there. She's gonna give me flowers.
You'll learn that that recognition is very important as you get a little bit older.
Step one.
And then step 2, Gustavo Castrejon right there.
Hey, welcome back.
And yeah, thank you for all the shout outs from Optimus and Giselle and Amanda. Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Trustee Beggs, please. Anything?
I don't have anything major except that I want to welcome Chad Redwing and welcome Catherine as the new Associate Vice Chancellor. And I just wish both of them the very best in their new roles. Thank you.
Trustee Davis. Trustee Aguilar. Trustee Garrett.
I just want to, first of all, thank the warm welcome from everybody at the July 4th parade. You know, it's kind of tough when I think we were 80, and Brian kept telling me it's already started. It just hasn't gotten to us yet. So it was, what, an hour in before we started rolling? But that's what happens. We got spoiled the first year because we were spot 1. But it was great seeing everybody. I'm telling you, Judy, out of your, I mean, awesome job. She's got everything lined up for all of us, the students that were there. It was just a great time. And in the judging booth, although we didn't get anything, but we did have representation. We had Dean Mackey was one of the judges, and I also saw Sam Piersdorf was up there as well. So we were kind of hoping we'd get something, but we didn't. But the fun was being there with everybody, and it was a great time. So thank you again. That's all I have.
Trustee Hinton, anything? Okay, moving on. Trustee Nicolau. I actually have a couple. One, I want to thank everyone from CSEA for showing up today. I'd love to get one of those t-shirts. I'll be glad to pay for it. But we appreciate the respectful way in which you're expressing your views. Negotiations are tough, but we do see you, and we're doing everything we can to address your concerns while also taking our charge of fiduciary responsibility seriously. But thank you. I do have another story that I think is kind of neat. On Saturday, I had a constituent tell me about a student who, in his words, had taken a whole bunch of classes and was wanting to join the Army, but really had no idea how to get a degree and thought that they should have done stuff. And the quote was, "He's really screwed up, but he's a nice kid." So I happen to remember that one of our former faculty liaisons, Dimitri Karyokos, I think I said it properly, he was a counselor. So I sent him a text, and he says, "Oh, by the way, I'm in Greece." I said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I really don't mean to be bothering you." He goes, No, I want to take care of this." So he quoted, "I went to a little Greek village and I was able to use Spotify or whatever it was, and somebody named Joe Namelli shared the information. And by that Monday, he got back to the student with a whole plan of action." So I think that's really cool. And I think, a lot of times people get criticized that we don't do enough, but this is just an example of people reaching out. And when you hear the stories tonight, we really are fortunate to have a great staff. I also want to congratulate Interim President Redwing and Associate Chancellor Pitchard, you're Vice Chancellor, whatever it is. Congratulations, well deserved. You've given, 25 years to this place? I appreciate that. With that, we're adjourned. The next meeting will be August 13th, same place, same time. Thank you. Thank you.